Greetings and salutations, welcome back to TryHackMe's Adventist Cyber 2025. Today is day 6 with Malware Analysis, Xecutable. Cute. I'm going to have the story in one tab, we're going to have the questions down here, and we're going to scroll down real quick, and we're going to fire up this bad boy. Alright, so we're going to just have it jump over here to its own screen, and we're going to come back to the lecture part and just minimize that. So we're going to have 3 different tabs. While they're looking at their dashboards diligently, an email comes in unison from Elf McClaws, the head of Elf Affairs, with an attachment of a Hop Helper exe saying they all need to install it. But one of the elves shouts, "Why is Elf McClaws working at 3 a.m.?" screamed a member of the SOC team in the background. And they're right! Something is amiss. Elk McBlue. Elk? I think that's Elf. Elf McBlue is immediately suspicious. Their years of experience in the SOC has given them the wisdom not to download out of the blue executables. Without Miss Kitty's wisdom, Elf McBlue takes charge, loading up the malware investigation toolkit, and the investigation begins. As we scroll down here, it tells us that what we need is just that guy, that one there. And if you want to RDP, you can. So we're going to open this one down here. Alright, perfect. So this tells us more about like sandboxes, malware analysis. This is loaded up. Hey, look, it's loaded up. Cool. We'll jump over here in a second, okay? We're going to do a quick run through. I recommend you guys read this. I really have been reading all these things to you. I can if you really wish. But honestly, when I do these, I just do text-to-speech. But if you guys want me to read it to you, let me know, and maybe we'll make one series where I just read these to you in all the horrible glory of my mess-ups, okay? Let's continue. So pretty much, you need to know there's a static analysis, dynamic analysis, and sandboxes are I think the most important things you're getting out of this. Sandbox, if you play video games, you know, you get an idea a bit what a sandbox is, but a sandbox pretty much is an environment like a virtual machine that is disposable playpens or digital, right? So pretty much, you will run things in sandboxes that you don't care about. You never run malicious anything or suspicious software on anything that you care about, okay? So that's why we use sandboxes, because if it destroys it, causes problems, doesn't matter. You never run malicious stuff that could affect sensitive data or impact other systems. So now we have interaction of static analysis and dynamic. So static is something that is, the code's not running, and this is the safest way to do it, and there's plenty of information that you can pull out. So the first thing is checksums, or like hashes of the file, and security researchers will send these all around, and it's a way that we can keep track of what this is. So think of like virus signatures in a sense. That's kind of like this checksum, right? Strings, these are just like readable sequence of characters that are in executables that we can sometimes pull out. There can be things such as passwords, URLs, different commands, IP addresses, and you might be able to use these in our defensive mechanisms, right? Like say, oh, we see a certain command that's ran or this IP address. Well, you can look through the rest of our environment to see if those commands or IPs have been touched, and then we know that maybe that other machines in our network are infected. Another thing is imports. These will show us libraries that are downloaded into or imported into the malware or potential malware, suspicious software, right? And if it's pulling down those libraries, then it's most likely utilizing its functionality to do something, okay? And then resources, you can actually put this full straight malware here. These could be like Word documents, could be other things to utilize to trick them, like PDFs, to trick the user to actually do something with this thing and make them want to run it. Okay, so, and that's all fine and dandy as long as it's not obfuscated. If it's obfuscated, then we may not be able to find anything really of importance of here or useful. And that is where dynamic comes into play. Dynamic is when we view and see what it actually does. So dynamic means we detonate the suspicious potential malware software and we monitor the processes, the registry changes, things like this. What is it actually doing, and does it affect us, and do we have a worry or concern about this? That's legitimate. So the first thing we're going to do is demonstrating the PE Studio. Okay, so we're going to launch PE Studio, then we're going to load the executable into PE Studio. And we're going to click on the Indicators tab in the dropdown and look for SHA-256 sum. And it's going to pop this up. And if we go over to our questions, that is going to be the first one we're going to look for. So, look at this beautiful background. I think it looks amazing. Alright, so if you look in this folder here, we'll double click it. And if you see, do not click it, do not click it. This is the suspected malicious malware. Do not click it. Okay, so what we're going to do, so you got this proc box, this in that PE Studio. So we're going to run the PE Studio, and we're going to go to Open folder here. We're going to click on our desktop. We're going to go to that helper, and to make this real fast, use changes down to the exe executable, and it shows only the one there is hop helper. We put this in there. It's importing. It's viewing it, and if you look right there at the very top, file. This is the SHA-256 that we need to get. So we're going to right-click this, and we're going to click Copy Value. We're going to jump over to our other tab, come up here, paste that in there. Yeah, good job, guys. Alrighty. Now that we have that in there, what else do we have in here? Look, so we have libraries, imports, kind of thing we're talking about. Oh, we have these red flags. Actually, are indicators that other malicious software have utilized these libraries before. That does not necessarily mean this is bad software. This doesn't mean it's malicious. It's just one more thing to prove our hunch or our suspicion that this could be bad. It's not a full indicator, but it's one more check, if you will. Like, yes, it does this too. All right, and there's the resources, like we mentioned, that we saw previously in our stuff. Here's strings. Yeah. Oh yeah. So this program cannot be run in DOS mode. You'll know most Windows piece of software has that at the very beginning. There's tons of these here. If you look, there's over 4,194 of these entries. So let's see. Let's just scooch. We're just kind of flying through here, trying to see if anything jumps out. And you see a lot of the strings. Well, look here. Some of the stuff is words that we can read. And we can read some of these, but I don't see anything too crazy jumping out yet. Oh, there's some more flags to be maybe suspicious on. Okay. But if I remember right, if you come back to our questions, we are looking for a flag within strings output. And it said it's toward the bottom. So if that's the case, let's just jump way down. Oh, what was that? Oh, okay. Anyway, let's just jump all the way down. And what's that? Right there, guys. We found the flag. So right click, copy that value, and we are just a trucking, guys. We are making progress. We did good. So I'm curious, what do these two say here? This can be obtained from using PE Studio, which we've done, and the strings can be obtained using PE Studio within the string section. All right, cool. So the next thing, dynamic analysis. Oh, now we're doing dynamic. That's gonna be fun. So the registry value has hop helper exceed modified. So what registry value is hop helper exceed modified for persistence? So the main thing here is registry value, the hop helper, and persistence. How is hop helper keeping persistence? What registry value is it changing? Provide the full path. Okay. Alright. So for now, I think we're probably done with this. But as you can see, there's a lot of things here to look at and check. We just kind of jumped through it real quick to get you guys going and get you what you needed. But I highly recommend going here, playing around, see if you can find anything else of interest. You never know, right? Okay, because there is side quest stuff. So what we're going to do, I believe, is we're going to run something that's going to capture our registry. Let's see. Dynamic analysis. This is where it's talking to us. Yeah, reg shot here. So we're going to make a snapshot before we run the malicious malware. Then we're going to run it, take another snapshot, and then we are going to do a comparison. Okay? Alright. So, reg shot is here at the very top. Double click that and say yes. We're going to leave it as plain text. We're going to change this to our desktop right up here. That way it'll be easy to find. We'll leave that as plain txt and click first shot. And we're just going to shoot. Boom! Alright, so now what it's doing is capturing every single registry value. So you don't know what the registry is. It's like the central nervous system for the computer. Almost all of your settings, all of your applications, how everything is configured to do and what to do and when to do and how to do it is all recorded in the registry. It is the hive of your machine. The keys are called hives, right? And as an old technician engineer once told me, he always considered it as the central nervous system of Windows. It's what makes everything tick. It's where all the knowledge is and manipulation can be done. It looks like it's finished. Cool. So now what we're going to do is go back to our little folder here of the hop helper, And we're going to be crazy. We're going to double click this. And we're going to run it. We are running malicious software on our computers. Remember, friends and family and all between, do not run this on any computer that you care about. Never run it on a system or network that you value. You only run this in a sandbox, a safe, isolated location. Remember, sandboxes are isolated. They're not connected to the network, things like that. What is that? What is that? Look over there. It turned all of our icons into eggs. And what is this? King Malware sends his regards. Can you believe this? That's what they do. They're turning all the icons into eggs. My goodness. Those aren't eggs. But my desktop ones are eggs. And he sent a message to us. So let's click OK. And then we're going to click second shot. And shot again, I believe. And now we're going to wait. And when this gets done, it should pop up, I believe, to us a notepad, I think. So I don't think it's fully done because we have to wait until we can hit compare. Oh, there it is. So we'll click compare. And now we will be able to generate a notepad file that's going to show us all the changes, if you will. And we can compare to see what happened. And while you wait, grab your cup of hot cocoa and have a drink, right? And our stuff came in. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to make this large. This may blind you all. I'm so sorry. So we're Alphabet Blue. So we're just kind of searching in here. So you see we're scrolling, and a lot of things can change the Windows settings just by using the computer. It's not necessarily mean all came from that. Anything and everything that's running a computer is constantly making changes. So yeah, so you see there's a bunch of stuff going on here. This could be kind of difficult to read. So what we're going to do to help us is we're going to do Control F for find, and we're going to type in, what was it, hop helper, okay. Hop helper. So we see this hop helper. Something else we can do, make sure my face is not in the way. If you see my face get in the way, make sure to yell at me in the comments to move my face. Saga, move your face if it ever blocks anything. So what does this one do? Bam. So if you want to know the first part here, this part right here, this here on the left hand side of the colon is the path. And then on the right hand side over here, this is the value. Okay, so let's keep on looking. There's another one. I'm not too curious, not too worried on those two. What's this one? Oh, you see this run. Oh, okay, I think we found something that's really important here. Yeah. So if you look, if one says run, this happens anytime the computer like restarts or reboots or on first logins. Run and run once is something the computer does every single time. And what this is going to do is create persistence. So if you're ever fighting viruses and you're trying to make sure that it's not coming back, you will look at run once, get moving from there. A lot of the software will go in here and create persistence. And when you first start troubleshooting those, that's a good place to go investigate. So let's go ahead and paste that into there real quick. Cool. And I want you to show you that it's going to see users, DFIR user, desktop, hop helper, and it's running that executable. So every time it's going to run that exe every single time we reboot. So even though you reboot your computer, it's not gone, it's reborn. So yeah, pretty clever. All right, let's keep going down. Okay, next is Procmon. Next we'll be exploring Procmon, which stands for Process Monitoring, which, straightforward, it monitors processes. Okay, cool. So how do we use this tool, shall we? Investigate how to interact with the Windows system. It's a powerful tool that allows us to see exactly what a process is doing. For example, reading and writing registry files and creating network connections. So we're going to open the Process Monitor, Procmon, on the shortcut. Place the desktop to analysis. Process Monitor will automatically start capturing events. Okay. Now execute the simple hop helper exe again and return to Process Monitor to see how it interacts with the operating system. You will see a lot of information here, do not worry. We'll come on how to filter this shortly. Okay, after allowing a minute to pass, ensure the sample has fully executed. Now we'll stop the capture. Alright, so we're just going to cancel that, close out of here, and we're going to close out of that guy. and we are going to find Proxmox right there, Proxmox. So we're going to run this. Are you sure? I mean, yeah, we're sure. And we're waiting, and this will fire up. And as you see, this thing, oh my gosh, it is. There's a ton of stuff going on, and it's just constantly capturing stuff. So let's minimize it, and we will go back to our folder here that has the hop helper, and we will run it again. And while we do, grab your hot cocoa. Oh, I mean, never mind. No time for cocoa. King Malware sends his regards. So let's tell that okay. And we'll come back here to Proxmox, and we're going to click up here, and we're going to stop the capture. Well, it pauses the capture. Now what do we do? Remember, the task content is demonstrating using Proxmox for the demonstration sample of download.exe, but remember we're doing helper, our hop helper exe. So in they're showing you downloader, but we are actually doing hop helper. I should have said that earlier, I'm sorry, but if you've been following the video, you should be okay. So we're going to be going to the filters and trying to figure this out, right? And we'll go down here, we're going to choose process name, we're going to say is, we're going to type like hop helper exe and click add. Okay, that makes sense. So filter, and then we're going to click, I don't know what I just clicked. Don't do that. Oh, I hit reset filter, we're fine. Click filter, click here, and then process name is, and we're going to do hop helper.exe, and I would probably stick with the, apply that, and click OK. Stick with what is capitalization just in case. Alright, we have a lot of things, guys. We have a lot. This thing was very, very, very active. What was the question we're looking for next, anyway? This one here. Dynamic analysis, filter out the output of Proxmox for TCP operations. Alright, so let's go back here. We go to filter, and we click filter, and we want, so if you look here, we want this tab here that says operations. Move this aside, this one, this column here, this row, these are rows. This column here, this column of operations, we want that. So let's see if we can find operations down here, and there it is. And it's a TCP, right? So we want to do that, and click apply. Something's not right. Is not, more likely, begins with, and contains. Let's do contains, and click, and then come here to the one that was bad. And we'll just uncheck that, and then click remove. Okay. So we don't want this one. So we have the process name is hop helper and operation contains TCP. Apply that. Click OK. And look, we don't got like 4 of these left. Okay, so what was the question? Filter out the output for TCP operations. What network protocol is being used? Okay. So let's expand this thing. So we has Breach Blocker Sandbox on port 49905, it looks like, going to Breach Blocker Sandbox HTTP. And what is HTTP, my friends? It's a protocol. It's like Hypertext Protocol or something like that. Alright, so HTTP, the old web. What did it tell us to do? You can filter to contain TCP for the hop helper exe protocol process. You can find the protocol within the path, which just we did. Let's the next one here. Browse. You can find the web panel that hop helper exe is communicating with. Really? So it might be just this, right? This breach blocker. Oh, here we go. If you double click it, you can do this. Back one with that, and then right click, and we'll copy this. Close. Let's open up our web browser here and see what we can find when the browser finally loads. So we'll pop that in there, and then we need to put HTTP for the protocol, :whack whack, and ha-ha! Look at that! Alright, 2 total systems, 1 unique host. Okay. Yeah, look, we can click the details and such, I guess. Shows us some stuff. Click the next one. Looks very similar, I guess. Alright, that's kind of cool. Maybe something's interesting in there? I don't know. But yeah, this is what it's communicating with. Alright. So wait, it says 2 systems. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Alright guys, that is it. So let's go back over here. And... what did it say? Can you find where and when? We did. So if you enjoyed today's room, and you feel free to explore both basic static analysis and basic dynamic analysis rooms, where you can delve deeper into the techniques and tools discussed today. So that's pretty neat. So we're going to click check, and we did good, my friends. Did I forget to hit the top one again? I think I did. Make sure you don't forget, because you want to complete every room that you can. Let's make it happen. I forgot to hit this checkbox. Woo! You did it, guys! We did it! Good job! Alright, so that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. Well, guys, I want to thank you all for joining me here. It has been phenomenal. And I think this is a great place to call it. If you enjoyed this, throw a like, throw a comment, throw a sub. If you didn't like it, tell me why. Tell me how to improve. Tell me how to get better. If you don't, how will I? Okay. You guys, be safe, be secure, and do good. Bye-bye.